Hi Aquarius, Empress Justice here, and welcome to your tarot reading for the new moon in Uttara Bhadrapada for the 19th of the 3rd, 2026. Now, this is going to be a purely tarot reading for Dhanishta, Shatabisha, and Purva Bhadrapada. But if you are a Western Aquarius, you are welcome here too. So if this resonates, it resonates. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Get your asses in here. Okay. Now, these cards, let's see what they're all about. Ace of Action. This cherub is heralding a time of wonderful new opportunities related to your creativity, your career, or pursuing your dreams. This is a card of action, and if you've been procrastinating, it's time to really get busy. It's also a great time to start a new business. Have confidence in your abilities. That's the Ace of Action, meaning the Ace of Wands, yeah? We've got the Three of Action now. Things are working out beautifully. Now that your ship has come in, it's time to decide what your next big project will be. You may choose to continue to build upon your successes or move on to something entirely different. Be willing to travel if necessary. You see how they're both wands? Oh, here we go. Oh, Aquarius. Big things are happening clearly. So let's see what's going on here. Victory. Angel Sandalphon. Archangel Sandalphon. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So first off, the first thing that we need to kind of examine here is that there are a lot of wands going on. A lot of wands going on. Which means that this is about persuading spirit or persuading life to bring you the things that you want, and persuading them through joy and persuading them through your talents, okay, and your natural gifts. And I feel like that comes into play here, Aquarius, for you. But what interests me is this, because it seems like the victory that this is talking about, it's long term, not short term. Okay. Now, when I did your astrology, I got a very different reading for you guys. I got that your likability would take a hit. But what I understand now is that what I understand about Shatabisha, Purva Bhadrapada, and Dhanishta, what I understand about Aquarius is that that's when you tend to shine, when your likability is taking a hit. This is the thing about Aquarius as a whole, and especially in Vedic astrology. When you are liked too much, you don't know this, but when you are liked too much, it makes you feel like you're under pressure. It puts too much pressure on you. You don't like it. That's why there tends to be a lot of self-sabotage when it comes to my people then, right? That's where self-sabotage tends to come in for a lot of Aquarians. It's because you guys do not like to feel like you're hemmed in. And when people are giving you things, like lavishing you with attention, gifts and stuff like that, like it feels like it can feel like you're being stifled. It can feel like you're being hemmed in. So when your likability takes a hit, that's when it's like, okay, it's go time. It's go time. Let's fucking go. Now I have the space to breathe, and I have the space to think about exactly what I'm going to do with my life. And right now you have a spark of an idea. And now, because everybody is off your back, or your likability is taking a hit, it gives you lots of creative material to work from. It gives you lots of different ideas. Your mind is kind of firing off on all cylinders here. So this isn't I said it was going to be a bad time for you, but maybe not. Maybe that's just my interpretation of it, because I'm not an Aquarius. Seems like your emotional state when people are not as, not indulging you as much, or not, it seems like that's when you really start to thrive, when you're not being like crowded by other people's desire of your time. Okay. Now, I feel like in spite of everything that's happening to you right now, I feel like some of you are going to win big. And I feel like you're going to win big, particularly in entrepreneurship or like having your own business. It's something to do with something that's more more self-reliant. It's not necessarily employment or anything like that. It's more self-reliant than that. There's something that you do of your own initiative that turns out really, really well. Because again, when nobody's bothering you, it gives you the ability to utilize your skills to the best of your advantage. Like, you don't need to be seen in order to do your thing. In fact, you prefer that you're not seen. So ironically, it's that desire not to be seen and that desire to knuckle down and get on with your work that really makes you thrive. I feel like some of you in employment, some of you who have jobs, you're going to have a new boss or a new authority that's coming in, or you might be in line for a promotion, or you might be thinking of getting a promotion. Just know that things are quite tight right now, so it might not be forthcoming, but it's not going to stop you. It really isn't going to stop you. Now let's look at the tarot cards that I got for you, because I've got extra tarot cards here. The Fool card really made me think of this. You're starting a new cycle. You're beginning a new cycle. And I know, obvious, the Fool card, right? But you're beginning a new cycle. You're not unprepared, actually. You're not unprepared. You're excited, but you're not unprepared. You know exactly what you're doing when it comes to this new situation that's coming your way. And I feel like it's a professional thing. Just like Pisces, I feel like it's professional. When it comes to this, I feel like some of you Aquarians have been uncharacteristically vulnerable in your personal lives. Maybe just with yourselves, but I feel like it's actually more with other people. Venus is in your second house. So when it comes to your surroundings, it's like you're having a more evolved understanding of your surroundings and where you are and how you fit into all that. Okay, so it's because of that like it's giving you the space to be more vulnerable. It's giving you the space to, you know, be more open about who you are. And of course, Pisces, like Venus is in Raveity, right? You feel like you have room to explore your so-called shadow even more, because Shatabisha is rebellious, right? Shatabisha likes to, you know, not just Shatabisha, but also Aquarius as a whole. I don't know why I keep thinking of Shatabisha, but it's Aquarius as a whole, right? They like to be rebellious, even though they're gifted with all the trappings and all the finery. They're like, fuck that. I want something. I want something that's a bit more bold, a bit more me, a bit more something I can sink my teeth into. And yeah, like it's like you're being given the room to do that. You're allowed, your shadow side, it feels like, is allowed to come out here. You don't have to hide who you are. You don't have to hide your least likable qualities. You're like, hell yeah, I can be me, right? With this right here, ironically, it's the ability for you to be truly rebellious and to be truly bold and to be truly yourself. That's actually calming you down a little bit, Aquarius. It's calming you down a little bit. It's like, again, when people are off your back and not everybody likes you or not everybody wants a piece of you, you feel like you're being given the space to think rather than being punished. That's how it feels for you, right? So we've got the Chariot card. It ties in line with this. This emotional maturity has given you a sense of determination and strength that you ordinarily wouldn't have had if you'd have just, if you'd have just rested on your laurels, or if you'd have just taken those really tricky astrological aspects and done nothing with them, you would have just been stuck. But it's just not happening. You're making the most of it. So you have nothing to fear. You have nothing to worry about. And what I'm seeing here is, even though this card is supposed to be about shallow unions, I'm not going to lie to you, Aquarius. I feel like you'll make some genuine connections here. I feel like because not everybody likes you, but not everybody wants a piece of your time, that just leaves you room to be among people who actually see you. It gives you room to be among people who actually see you, who actually can perceive who you truly are as a person. So you're not just surrounded by like a bunch of lickers. You're surrounded by people who actually see it for you and who can see inside you. So yeah, it looks like this time that would ordinarily be unlucky for anybody else turns out to be quite lucky for you. Who knew? But anyway, that was for Aquarius. That was for Danishta, Shatabisha, and Uttara Bhadrapada. I have been Empress Justice. I will see you in the next reading. Peace and blessings. Bye bye, my darlings.